Okay, so I need to make a hood for my character, right? And so what I need to do is start off with a slab of clay. It's pretty decent, doesn't really matter the shape. I need 2 sticks and a rolling pin. And what I want to do is I want to make this as big as I can within the parameters of this stick. And so again, kind of flipping, flopping it, rotate it. And that's probably as big as it's going to get within this. Yeah, so I'm on the sticks now, so done with that. Now what you can see is this is pretty thick. I really don't want the hood to be that thick because I don't want to add the weight, but I need to be careful at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to free roll it, but when I free roll, I'm slowing down intentionally because I don't want it to get too thin and I don't want it to get stuck to the roller. So I'm just kind of slowly pushing the clay out so that I get bigger and a slightly thinner. And that looks a little bit better, right? I can try going a little flatter than that, but it's going to get to the point pretty soon that it's going to start getting stuck and it's going to start ripping because it's getting too thin. That's probably as thin as I can get. So I'm going to start with, just a decent size shape. So I'm going to go with that, okay? Now I'm going to bring my guy over. So this is the dude I want to have a hood on. Remember, I've already hollowed out his head in a few spots, right? Depending on where I think the hood's going to go. So just kind of testing this out. I'm going to lay it on top. It's big enough. It's way big enough, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a different vantage point so you can really see what I'm doing once I figure out where my slip is. Good. All right, so let's give you a different vantage point. All right, so hopefully what you guys can do is you can see my figure. All right, so what I want to do is I want to score up where the hood's going to maybe go. It's going to go definitely on this part of the robe. It's going to touch the top of his head, so I'm going to score that as well. And then just move him off to the side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to score this pretty good because, well, I don't really know what's going to touch where and what I'm going to keep, so I'm going to score all of it. You guys can see it's kind of been scored. I'm going to use my slip. All right. Slip the top of his head. And then I'm going to literally just put this on. Making sure. Now, what do I want to keep? I don't know. I do want his hood to be really off his face. So I want the hood to be there. Like his face is really in there, right? Really cast some dark shadows in there. All right. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to put this on. Take care of the sides. Now the back part, this is the tricky part, right? So some of this I may want to trim off. So you're going to want to have your knife ready because some of this stuff you may keep, some of this you may not. But I kind of like these natural wrinkles. See how they kind of broke off, so I'll just tear that off. Bend that down. And for me, I didn't have to cut anything, so that's okay. Now let's deal with the front, right? The front of the hood. I don't really like just how perfect it seems. I don't think it would be, so I'm going to kind of start manipulating it with my finger, pulling down on it, curling it, pinching it a little bit, really kind of working on it. This probably is a little too far, so I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And you just start making it however you want it to look. Something like that. So when you put this hood on, you've got to be totally finished with the head, because now I can't get in there to do anything with it. And so then I'm just kind of smoothing out using slip. And then air pockets, there might be a few air pockets. I'll show you how to do that in class, but for the most part, that's what we're looking for.